Recorded Books and One Click Digital present A Night of Living Dangerously by Jennie Lucas. Narrated by Laurence Bouvard.
Chapter 1.
Is someone here?
The man's voice was harsh, echoing down the dark halls. Clapping a hand over her mouth, Lilley Smith cut herself off mid-sob and ducked back farther into the shadows. It was Saturday evening, and except for the security guards in the lobby downstairs, she'd thought she was alone in the 20-floor building until 5 seconds ago, when she'd heard the elevator ding, and she dashed into the nearest private office to hide, dragging her file cart willy-nilly behind her. Stretching out her foot, Lilley silently nudged the door closed. She wiped her puffy, tear-stained eyes, trying not to make a sound, as she waited for the man in the hall to leave so she could cry in peace. Her day had been so horrible, it was almost funny. Coming home that morning from an unfortunate, one-time-only attempt at jogging, she'd found her boyfriend in bed with her roommate. Then she'd lost her fledgling dream business. Finally, calling home for comfort, she'd been disinherited by her father. An impressive day, even for her. Normally, it would have bothered Lilley that she'd had to catch up with work on the weekend again. Today, it didn't even register. She'd worked as a file clerk for Caetani Worldwide for 2 months, but it still took her twice as long as Nadia, the other file room clerk, to get her files sorted, delivered, and returned. Nadia. Her co-worker, roommate, and, as of this morning, former best friend. Exhaling, Lilley leaned back against her cart, as she remembered the stricken look in Nadia's face as she'd tumbled out of bed with Jeremy. Covering herself with a robe, Nadia had cried and asked Lilley for forgiveness, as Jeremy tried to make their betrayal sound like Lily's fault. Lilley had fled the apartment and gone straight for the bus downtown. Lost, desperate for comfort, she'd called her father for the first time in 3 years. That hadn't gone too well either. Thank heaven for work. This job was all she had now. But when would the stranger in the hallway leave? When? She couldn't let him, or anyone, see her like this, with red puffy eyes, working at a snail's pace as every single letter and number shimmered and moved back and forth on the files. Who was the man? And why wasn't he dancing and drinking?
Sample complete. Ready to continue?